Okay, sometimes when you're working with text and things like that, um, one of the things I list on the website is creating outlines on page 273. When you're working with text, it a lot of times Illustrator sees this as text. It is text. It's not just a plain object. It is text. Okay, so if you wanted to take some text and have Illustrator see it as an object instead of text, one way to do that is to do this create outlines. It's on page 273 in the book. On page 273 in the book. And creating outlines, again, it allows you to convert the text into an object, and then whatever you can do to an object, you can do to a text. Okay, so if you remember from last week, I kind of talked about the Pathfinder and things. I really can't use the Pathfinder on text as it sees it as text. So if you wanted to sort of split this text up into different things, you would really need to use the create outlines first. So if I wanted to do special effects like doing the Pathfinder and things on this text, we would have to go under Type, Create Outlines, and when we do the Create Outlines, what it does is it converts it to objects. Okay, so the letters are now basically objects that you can do with any other object. And so then if I wanted to do some kind of effect with this, in this case, let's just cut it kind of into two objects. Let me make an object over top of it. And let me move that a little bit. Okay, so in this case, once I have two objects like this, I can then go to my Pathfinder, which I talked about reading the Pathfinder last week. You have the intersect, minus front, unite, divide, trim, merge, crop, outline, minus back. Okay, so if you think about what some of these things will do, I like to divide at this case, and then I can ungroup it, and then I should be able to delete that shape I made by ungrouping and then deleting, and then you'll notice the bottom half of the text is its own object different than the top half of the text by using the Pathfinder and things like that. So if I do that now, we can apply the burning to the bottom as far as and then the top ones we can apply, if we can grab all of them, let's apply some water, or no, there we go. So if you want to use things like Pathfinder and things like that, again, using the create outlines, you might get some problems here. There's a little object that I probably don't need right there. But other than that, if you want to do effects like this and be able to split your text up into objects and things, it's really easy to do if you use the create outlines first, and then you can do things like the text will be seen as just a plain object. Okay, let's go over the text on a path. In this case, one of the things that Illustrator has introduced many years ago is the ability to have text that flows with an object. What I mean by that is if you draw a line, let's just draw a line here, and you want text to flow along that line, let's just color the line so I can see it. Okay, and you want text to kind of flow with that, you could use the text on a path here. It's the third one under the text tool. And there is a chapter or page in the book on page. Hold on, I'm going through that now. On page 244. Page 244, they talk about text on a path. Again, this takes a little bit of practice, so don't try and get stressed with it. It's hard to. You got to click in certain areas just to make it work the way that you want it to work. In this case, if I wanted to do the text on a path, it's quite easy. I could just draw a line like I just did and then click on the line. And you'll notice by automatically, as long as I had that tool that I was using, text on a path tool, it'll automatically type or start typing. It thinks I want to apply it to that line. Now, one of the downfalls of doing this is that the line itself will disappear. disappear. So if you wanted to keep the path that you were doing, you would probably duplicate it and then do it on a copy of it. And then you can just sort of run, and as you see, the text is going along the path. If you want to move it on the path, okay, if you go to your selection tool here, once I type my text in, if you stop typing and go to the selection tool, you'll notice there's like a little dot at the very beginning of the path. I'm going to zoom in so we can see that a little better. And if you look at it, you'll notice at the very beginning there's a little square at the beginning. Oh, not that one. Oh, the little line. You want to see that little line right there? If I click on that line and I drag it, you can see this is how you can push it along the path. Again, it's like a little line that's at the beginning of this text on a path. And if you just get on that, you can then push it along. Be great for animation like that, wouldn't it? Okay, so that is text on a path. You can do it into a circle. Let me demonstrate that real quick. A lot of logos and things like that have text that go along in a circle. So again, if you just draw a oval, in this case a complete oval here, and then use your text tool and use the type on a path tool, you can click and you can type in, a lot of cities and counties and things have that. And then of course you can change your text even after you've typed it. You can highlight the text and you can give it its characters and stroke and things. It still sees it as text. It doesn't convert it to an object or anything. So you can use all your text tools and things like that to, rotate them around, change your fonts. It doesn't and if you want, again, to finely tune, adjust it, again, if you zoom in, you can use your type tool to, that's what I was saying, it's hard to make sure that you click on the right spot. You can use your type tool to move it, the location. There we go. So I'm going to move it down just a little bit here so that it's evenly across. Here we go. To get this to line up with this over here. So again, getting really close to the top and getting it to align. Now there is a way to get it on the inside, and I can't remember it right now. I know I've seen it before many times. What I mean by the inside is so it goes along the inside as well as right now it's going along the outside. There is an option to do that, and I cannot remember where it's at. It's probably in the book somewhere. Oh, looks like it's on page 251. And they talk about how to adjust it and things like that. So again, if you want to do certain techniques like this, and if you wanted to do this with and keep the circle color, you would have to actually either duplicate the circle or draw another one. And maybe if I draw another circle, and apply a style to that, I can make my own city logo. If I had my own city, of course. If I could find my graphic styles here, there we go. What do we want? Oh, we can put our flames in there. Yeah, this is the way my city would probably look. There's squibbles. I don't know, but you can make your own city kind of logo. That might be a good fun practice for you, maybe making your own kind of logo with this technique. Again, try some of the outlines, converting that text to outlines. Try some of the graphic styles. What are some of the other things I list on there? Text shadow, I kind of tried doing that. You can read that. The appearance window, you can practice that a little bit. Text on a circle is what we just did. Type on a path is what we just did. So think about some of these. All I want you to do is do like 4 of them and put them on your, do the best 4 that you can and put them on your blog, and so everybody else can see them. Just try and practice type. Maybe download some examples off of the Adobe website. But hopefully you'll enjoy doing different techniques with type. Again, a lot of the times you might have to do add-ons to the type. Okay, and then some other things you might want to consider doing before you do this is actually trying some of the effects too. A lot of the tutorials I used to use in class and stuff would go over how to use some of the effects that you see here, and you've noticed those, and I talked about them previously. And you know, if you want to get more of an antique look, one of the techniques I used to use was using the squiggly edges. What is that one called? That one's called um, sketch. Yeah, some of these. So trying some of these on the edge of your you know, doing this and then duplicating your text. Let me do one real quick for you, what I'm trying to say here. So if I type in some text and I go and zoom in, I can duplicate this text. Okay, and by duplicating it, and you see me doing that a lot, it's I can apply an effect to one and still keep the font and text the way it is. So if I wanted to use some of these effects under here, I might duplicate it, and then the where was the edges? There was one that had some cool edges. You got your texturizer and things like that. There was one that had some maybe had squiggly edges. Okay, I can't remember which one it is. Or maybe it's under brush strokes. Inked outlines, what's that do? That doesn't do anything. Yeah. There we go. How about splatter? There we go. That looks kind of cool. So you got this kind of splatter look here, and you hit OK. Okay, and then maybe change the color of that. And then take that and put it over top of your text here. Oh, we got to flip them around a little bit here. Oh, it's not transparent. I thought the idea would be it would be transparent. I don't know. Just try the different techniques and see what you can come up with.